All right, today we're diving into the unsung heroes of the modern world. We're talking about the incredible machines that help build our cities, the engineering marvels that get workers and their tools to places that seem totally out of reach. Let's get right into it. It's one of those questions you probably don't think about much, but it's absolutely fundamental. I mean, when a job is dozens or even hundreds of feet up in the air, how do you get there safely and effectively? It's a massive challenge. And the answer? Well, it's a very specific, very powerful type of machine. And here it is, the hero of our story, the telescopic boom lift. The easiest way to think about it is like a giant extendable arm with a super secure platform on the end. Its mission is simple, but it's so important. Provide unbelievable reach, both straight up and way out, to create a stable workspace high up in the sky. Okay, so before we start looking at all the different models and how high they can go, we really need to understand the shared DNA that makes them all so capable. We're going to dig into the core tech behind Genie's X series. That stands for extra capacity. This is the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. So, what's really under the hood here? Well, for starters, you've got positive traction. That lets these massive machines grip and move on rough, muddy construction sites. Then there are proportional controls, which are absolutely crucial for smooth, precise movements when you're way up in the air. But the real game changer? That's the platform load sense system. It's a critical safety feature that is constantly weighing what's in the platform to prevent overloading. You combine that with a really clever dual lift capacity system, and you've got machines that are both incredibly capable and incredibly safe. And this quote just nails it. It really illustrates why these lifts are so essential. It's not just one thing. It's the perfect combination of all three. You get that exceptional reach to get to the job, the stability you need to work safely once you're there, and the maneuverability to navigate around complex and crowded job sites. Now, this is where that dual capacity feature gets really interesting. Let's break this down. In what's called unrestricted mode, you can extend that boom all the way out, carrying a solid 660 pounds. But what if you need to lift more gear, more tools, for a job that's not quite so far out? That's when you switch to restricted mode. This lets you carry up to 1,000 pounds, a huge jump, by cleverly limiting how far the boom can go out, just to make sure everything stays perfectly stable. It's a brilliant system that gives operators amazing flexibility. Okay, now that we've got the basics down, let's start our ascent. We're going to climb the spec ladder of the Genie XC lineup, model by model, and you're going to see how their capabilities grow from these powerful workhorses into true titans of height. We're going to start with what I like to call the workhorses. These models, everything from the S40XE up to the S65XE, these are the versatile, everyday heroes you're going to see on countless construction sites and maintenance jobs. They are truly the backbone of the industry. And don't let that workhorse name fool you. These things can seriously reach. The top of this range, the S65XE, can lift workers and all their tools up to 71 feet. To put that into perspective for you, that's like doing a job on the roof of a 7-story building. All right, next up on our climb are the high-reach specialists. The S80 and S85XC models are for those jobs that are just a bit bigger, a bit more demanding. We're talking large-scale industrial tasks or really complex construction projects that need that extra bit of reach. And boy, do they deliver. The S85XC pushes that vertical limit all the way up to 91 feet. Think about that. We just jumped up another 20 feet. We're now well beyond what the workhorse models can do. The scale is really starting to get impressive now. And now we have reached the top of the line, the Super Reach Titans. These are the machines engineered for the most extreme jobs you can possibly imagine. We're talking about working on massive infrastructure like bridges, maintaining the roofs of stadiums, or building our tallest structures. And here it is. The absolute summit of our climb. The mighty SX135XC reaches a staggering maximum height of 141 feet. That is high enough to work on the 14th floor of a building from the ground. That's just an absolutely incredible feat of engineering. And this chart just lays out that whole journey perfectly, doesn't it? You can visually see these massive jumps in capability from the 71 feet of the workhorse S65 to the 91 feet of the high-reach specialist, all the way up to that towering 141-foot reach of the Super Reach Titan. It's such a clear progression of power and height. So you might be asking yourself, why have so many different models? Well, because in construction and maintenance, one size never fits all.
This final section is all about the most important principle of all, matching the right machine to the specific mission.
This simple table just makes it all crystal clear. Look at how the lifting capacity, that dual 660 or 1,000 pounds, is consistent, but the height and the best application change dramatically. For general, everyday maintenance, an S60 might be perfect. For a high-reach project, you step it up to the S85. And for the most demanding jobs out there, only a Titan like the SX135 is going to do. It's all about having the right tool for the job. So what's the big takeaway here? What should you remember? It's that these machines are what make modern construction possible, period. They provide safe, reliable access to places that would otherwise be literally impossible to reach. That extra capacity feature, the XC, it translates directly to more productivity. And advanced safety systems like platform load sense, they're absolutely non-negotiable for keeping workers safe. And this final quote really just sums it all up perfectly. It's a calculated decision, every time. You have to consider the height, the weight you need to lift, and the ground you're working on. Choosing the right lift isn't just a detail. It's the first step to a successful and safe project. And that leaves us with a really fascinating thought, doesn't it? We've just seen how these incredible machines have evolved to meet today's demands. But as our ambitions grow, as we build even taller and more complex structures, what comes next? What new challenges of height, of capacity, and of safety will the next generation of these titans need to conquer?